we always bring the Queen of Carrot Bars into the forefront. And so for those of us who didn't get to go to Miami, Miami is coming to us. And so, Charlotte, can you hear us?
I can.
Well, would you bring Miami home to us and tell us what we missed?
I am going to try my best. My voice is weak, but my spirit is as high as it's ever been in my life, I think. We had an incredible time down in Miami. Tim, I don't know if you could have stood it. It just keeps getting better and better and better and better. But what I'm going to do tonight is just try to share some of the highlights with you and let you know, try to give you a small glimpse into this ecosystem that the company is putting together. We have went from, Carrot Bars International opened April 2011. We've been, number one producer of small grain bars ever since then. We're operating in 120 countries. We have over 500,000 affiliates worldwide. And, this past year, it's not even been a year. January, let me go back. Harold started working on the Carrot Pay system about 2 years ago and managed to complete the Carrot Pay system, and we launched that and brought that out in January, February of this year. And, basically what Carrot Pay does, Tim, it allows us to move gold from one account to the other, whether, from if I want to send you some gold for your birthday, I can do that now through Carrot Pay.
It's February 3rd.
Okay, well, mine's first. So mine's first.
Oh, good. Well, we'll ship it back and forth.
So we'll try it, okay? But nevertheless, it allows us it's like our gold PayPal. It allows us to send gold back and forth, member to member. In our K-Exchange system that's been under development for quite some time now, it'll allow us to exchange our gold for products and services through the merchant centers that are part of our K-Exchange Center. And it also allows us to exchange our gold into crypto. So we needed crypto to do that. So in January of this year, we brought out our first coin that most of you are familiar with. It's the KBC. And that was launched in, I think, Tim, it was in February. And it was in an active ICO phase for the first few months. And those of us here in North America could not participate in an ICO. So we had to wait until, I believe it was toward the end of April, when the ICO was over and Harold was able to open up the doors that allowed us to do a private offering as affiliates. So that ended on July 31st. We literally set world history right there. We acquired $120 million in our ICO, sold over 8 billion coins out of 12 million. The rest of those coins are sitting in reserve, ready to pay out 35% bonuses that Harold had promised us if we just held the coin until December 24th. So I'm hoping everybody out there is still holding their coins so that they're going to be able to get that and take advantage of that 35% bonus. So that was the first part of this year, Tim, through the second quarter. Since that second quarter, this ecosystem is just off the chain. From that point, in July 4th of 2018, we opened our first fully licensed crypto bank, which is the Carrot Coin Bank, located down in Miami. And so that was a big time, and we have all that together. But since then, we've also opened up the Carrot Coin Bank in Hong Kong, which is basically where the gold traders and everything, they're working with the gold traders in a mining project, and they're expecting annual gold sales revenue through them alone of $600 million. The KC Bank in Miami, or the Carrot Coin Bank in Miami, projections are $5 billion this year through that ICO phase selling the KCB coins or the Carat Coin Bank coin that's out there right now. We're also opening, and you've got to understand, it's wild, but you've got to understand this is a full ecosystem with lots of wheels and lots of parts to create a whole that the world has never seen. We also will be opening our Karatbars digital stock exchange, where we expect income of our profits of $3 billion the first year. Starting next month, we open up our KaratBit cryptocurrency exchange. That's in November. That's just a few days from now. The projections there is $150 billion annually. You know,
oh my gosh!
You're hearing these numbers, but let me tell you, the guy from Binance, Tim, you know very well. You studied history. In 6 months' time, this guy, a kid, 27 years old, you know, with a lot of brain power and a lot of knowledge of how this blockchain works, he created his exchange, the Binance Exchange. In 6 months' time, a 27-year-old become a billionaire. Because every time there's a transaction done on his exchange, there's a fee, or any exchange in the world. There's a fee. It may be 10 cents, it may be 15, it may be 30, it may be $1. Whatever that fee is, that is profits to him. And of course, he is paying people out to, you know, in that blockchain, but that's his profits. He became a billionaire. So these exchanges are extremely profitable. We're expecting or projecting $150 billion on ours the first year. Now, that number's incredible, but let me tell you this, and this is what just really blows my mind. Some of the early blockchains, like or coins like Bitcoin, people were able to mine those coins. And it gets way over my head, Tim, but they were mining them, but it was so expensive to do it that the energy, electricity, or whatever it cost to sit and process that through the blockchain.
Okay.
But they were earning Bitcoins doing it. So it's really hard to mine and make a profit anymore. So Harold looked at this, and he sees that 150 billion projection there. And this man figured out a way that through our ecosystem, he has it coupled with our dual team system to where it will pay out commissions.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Yes, 150 billion going into our system.
Exactly. To whereas we can earn commissions through all of those exchanges or transactions through our blockchain. I mean, it is through our exchange. It is absolutely mind-boggling, but Harold wants us to have a piece of everything that's happening throughout this ecosystem. So when we get into the digital stock exchange, way over my head, I'm going to skip past that. But it's a system where you don't have to repeatedly, this is what he says, and I wrote it down, you don't have to repeatedly go through the expensive listing procedure on each of the exchanges in New York, London, and Frankfurt. Digitalized shares of any business from anywhere in the world can be listed on one place through our Karatbars digital stock exchange. It's mind-boggling, way over my head, and like I said, I'm just giving you tidbits right now. The Carat Coin Bank, this project we're expecting to raise $1 billion through the sale of the KCB coins. You know, gang, you got to understand, we raised that $120 million with the KBC. And what we did with that is we paid. We knew that we were ordering all these ATMs. We went and paid for the first 10,000 ATMs out of that. We paid for 2 million of those crypto funds. Everything that's happening within our Carat Coin Bank is debt-free.
Okay, wow.
This ICO phase that we're in, and we've even paid for the exchange and the blockchain, okay? But the ICO phase we're in, It's about raising capital. The reason you want to raise that capital is when that coin is released next September. The KCB coin, the asset of the bank, through the technology and everything that's happening in the ecosystem, and as those assets raise, it's going to make that coin more valuable. So it's all about the assets and the backing that we're using or that we're going to be growing within this year. So let me give you just, you're going to have what's called an investor slide deck that should be available in your back office toward the end of this week, possibly next week. I know we've all been traveling, and I know Johannes was putting this together. There were a few new announcements that happened in Miami. He had the investor deck done, but now it has to change because the numbers change. Over the weekend, we just acquired a new mine. The new mine has over $2 billion in assets, with 500 more kilos to be placed in our Hong Kong vault immediately. So we put 135 kilos in that vault back just a month or two ago. And if you remember the first white paper with a KBC, it was for every 10,000 coins was going to be equivalent to one unitable, right? Well, if you do the math on that, that's equivalent to 120 kilos to back that coin, 10,000 KCBs to one unitable, okay?
Okay.
Since that time, Harold Seitz announced this is in writing. Now we're about to put 500 more there. The second part of that was we now have a deal with HSBC Bank, the Bank of China, and the Alliance Group out of Europe. There is a contract there that backs us because of those mines for 7,000 more additional kilos to be placed in the vault. So that's 7,500 kilos.
Wow.
That's going to be available on top of the 135 that we put there. And with all of this happening, what that equates to, Harold Seitz has put it in writing for everybody that holds KBC coins. And Tim, I think you remember we bought them for slightly over a half cent each.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It is now in writing. Harold even sent out emails with it all over it. That the company, as what we have named July 4th, 2019 Gold Independence Day. As of July 4th, 2019, everyone that holds KBC coins, the company will guarantee, for every 100 coins will be equivalent to 1 gram of cash gold.
Wow.
Oh, listen, I thought I was at a Holy Ghost revival meeting when he announced this.
You were.
I was like floating in, laying out on the floor. There were some of them that jumped higher than I even knew they could. I had women crying. I had chattering of teeth. I mean, it was all happening all around me because people realize, here's the math on that. A gram of cash gold roughly is a little over 41 euro per gram right now, okay? So 100 KBCs would be, now worth about 41, 42 euro cents, which equates to about 47, 48 U.S. cents per KBC coin. So we went from a half cent, roughly, to now guaranteed July 4th, 2019, 47, 48 cents per coin. That's mind-boggling. People got set free just from that one announcement like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's because of what's going on in the background. And then you've got to understand, all that good that's happening with KBC is also affecting KCB. But they said it's going to say 14 euro cents throughout the entire ICO phase. Now, bonuses and incentives may change, but we're keeping the coin steady at 14 euro cents until we come out in September and release that coin to the exchanges. Their projection minimum to start with on that coin is 40 to 50 cents. Now that was before all of this was happening with KBC. And we've all heard Dirk say, when this happens with KBC, what happens? The profits from all of this flow over to KCB, and it lifts KCB up. So when one coin does well, the other coin does well, and it just works in perfect unison, right? So I'm expecting even greater things with the KCB, because the KCB coin is the technology of this entire ecosystem. So think about those ATMs. We've just, like I said, acquired the first 10,000. They are in projection. Let's go back to Harold Sykes. He believes in giving these affiliates every opportunity in the world. He is going to allow us to sell the ATMs for a profit and commission through our system. So that's another form of income that we've got coming. We've got some pre-sales. We'll be able to do pre-sales this year. And I think the first deliveries are projected to go out in November of 2019, okay? But you've got to think that KCB coin, the technology behind the Carat exchange that opens here in a few weeks. It's the technology in the blockchain that's being developed and will be released come September of next year. You know, you got to understand, right now we're working on the Ethereum blockchain, the ERC20 blockchain, and that's great. The transactions are fast, but we don't believe that they're happening fast enough. So we ended up hiring one of the top blockchain experts in the world. He actually worked on the original Ethereum project, okay, and the creation of that blockchain. He is now developing a new blockchain for the Carat Gold Group, okay? This blockchain will be able to do transactions, and I mean, this gets into the techie stuff, so I'm not even going to say, but it's, Tim, you've heard this too out of their mouth, it's a whole lot faster than what people are accustomed to right now.
So Shirley, when we were in the Silicon Valley meeting, we were talking about 1.8 million transactions per minute, and what Tomar has developed will do that in 1 second.
Yeah, it's crazy, and again, it's over my head, so I'm afraid to even mention numbers. I'm looking at billions now, so these seconds and stuff is just, it's a lot to take in. And to keep compartmentalized into where they need to go. But so the KCB, you've got the blockchain coming. You're going to have the exchange in a few weeks. You've got the cell phones that are coming out. We ordered 2 million cell phones, Tim. They're paid for, ready to go out and be sold through our Karatbars affiliate. So, and those are hard wallet cell phones. I mean, it's just phenomenal what we've got here. But if you would, you've got both coins that are going into a profit pool. And then you've got the Hong Kong Bank, you've got the Miami Bank. Everything that happens go into that profit pool. Now, one of the things I'm excited about, Harold announced that they will be opening, like I said, a new holding company. And that holding company will hold all the assets of all the different profits and everything from all the different companies within our ecosystem. And that holding bank, there's going to be an opportunity, and this will be, from my understanding, publicly traded, but the way this is done, we will be allowed to acquire shares into that holding company. We're first in line to be able to get those shares in that holding company. So there's a lot going on right now with this entire ecosystem. There's a lot happening. There's a lot to come. One of my biggest thrills the entire weekend, y'all know how much I love Dirk, right? And I think Dirk Salmon has done an incredible job.
Awesome. He's
been with Karatbars. He has absolutely made it fun. It's exciting. It's hard to keep up with him.
Yes.
And I've tried, Tammy, and, Michael Jalco's on here. We've traveled all these different cities, and Dirk is just a machine. And this past weekend, I told him, I said, Dirk, you just got knocked off your pedestal. And I still love you, but there's one that came after you that just took over your podium. And his name is Johannes Paulus. And Johannes is our new Chief Marketing Officer. He has created, they showed us this film, this video. This is plug and play, gang. You know, it's hard for me to sit here and try to explain this ecosystem. There's so many components to it that we've had 2 leadership council meetings among our members just the last 2 days to try to put into perspective what we heard individually to try to make sense out of it. But there is so much of it that we have questions. But Johannes put together this video that should be available again. It was ready. He had a few little tweaks with the music and stuff in it that he wasn't 100% satisfied with. But now then these new numbers with the addition of the deal with the banks, the new gold mine that they need to go back in there and change some of the calculations now, all of that. And this was the most phenomenal video I've ever seen, and that it could explain, even come close to explaining the ecosystem that the Carrot Group is putting together. And this is going to be available for everybody. We hope to have it by the end of this week, which I know is tomorrow. I have not talked to Johannes since we left on Tuesday, and I think they flew back on Wednesday. So it may be the first of the week. But gang, I sat back there with a tear kind of running down my face because I've wanted this for 9 years. Just a really good, clean, crisp video that I can plug and play and send to somebody that explains everything to them. And that's what this video did. It's absolutely magic. I can't wait for everybody to get it in your hands. If you do not have the Carrot Business app on your phone, make sure that you get it today, no later than tomorrow. Get it, quit wait. Go to your app store in your phone. Whether you're Android or Apple, doesn't matter. Go to your app store and look for the Carrot Business app. That's KARATBUISNESS, Carrot Business app. Get it downloaded on your phone and get prepared, because that video is going to be available to us just in the coming day. And you will be able to send that. You want to send that to the prospect, send it to them. And I am thrilled we've got Braxton here. Dr. Tim, y'all are doing a fantastic job, Darren, bringing people in. But trust me, we're only a little over 500,000 people worldwide. We haven't scratched the surface. And Tim, I'm going to disagree. There's a bunch of Braxtons out there. There's a bunch of Michael Dalcos out there. There's a bunch of Ty Betts out there. We just haven't got to yet. There's more Tammy Morrisons. The top earner in Carrot Bars is not on board yet. I believe that. I believe that our best is yet to come. And I believe that we've got some people. I know we've got people watching Carrot Bars right now and kicking themselves that they didn't get in a year or 2 ago. I know they are, because I'm getting those phone calls every day. But gang, we're going places. You had one more question to ask me, and then I'm going to say the final word. So go ahead with your question.
Well, so is there anything you would like to say about CoinMarketCap and who they put in the top 50 coins, or anything about that?
Yeah, I probably should say that, right?
Why don't we put a cherry on this Sunday?
Well, let's put a cherry on it. And, yes, I sat down and talked to Marvin the other night at dinner, and I'm like, okay, Marvin, when are we going to get the circulating supply shown on CoinMarketCap? And he said, Cheryl, I'm just waiting for them to do it. But now they were supposed to have had it done last week, but because of these negotiations that have been going on, they kind of slow walked it to see if everything was going to be on the dotted line, and it was, everything is signed, committed, everything from over the weekend with a new mine, all of that, 500 more kilos going in, the commitment for the 7,000 from the banks. And bottom line should be, and this is not our timetable, we're not the one doing it, but CoinMarketCap has told us that it should be on there within the week, and that we would definitely be in the top 100 coins in the world. That's what you see. So congratulations, everybody. And let me tell you, when that happens, you know, any of you who are in crypto, you know what that's about to do to our coins, the value of our coin when we hit the top 100. And we already are there. But until that circulating supply is actually listed there, you will, you know, the world will not know it, but the world's about to know it. The marketing campaigns that are coming out are phenomenal. I cannot wait. Get your Carrot Business app. Get ready. This video is plug and play. I don't have to explain this ecosystem anymore. How one coin feeds the other coin. The video is off the charts. So gang, if you're on this call tonight, you need to get your teams. I'm going to put the replay number out. You need to get your teams. And I want you to walk away tonight. What is the price of your dream? Or what is the price of freedom for you and your family? It's time to buckle down, stay straight. We don't go left, we don't go right. Gang, if you will give this till September, stay focused for one more year, stay focused, and there's no way that you will not realize and have the freedom that you need. Stay focused, get in there, get plugged in, do not miss these calls. You know, we list those, everything, we've got stuff going on every day. The power call, you know, Nita's, Tammy does Tuesdays. You know, there's something going on every day, webinars, phone calls, you know, all over Facebook. If you're in Facebook, you know, Karatbars World, Skype Room. Get plugged in. This is your time. But what is the price of freedom to you? Are you willing to pay the price for your freedom? It's on you. It's on you, because everything is being done on this side for people that are committed to being free. And I'm done. Back to you, Tim.
All right, guys. Well, that's a wonderful call tonight. Thank you for everybody who joined us and everybody who participated.